Today we watch Enter the Shredder. Hello once again, audience. Welcome back, and today we are going on with episode 2 of season 1 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm looking forward to it. Are you ready? Let's go. Cowabunga! So what are my expectations for the second episode? Well, it's called Enter the Shredder, so I'm pretty sure they're going to face off against him this time. And I'm guessing we'll probably see Bebop and Rocksteady, because honestly, I don't remember a single episode from back in the day that didn't have them. Oh yeah, and I heard from a friend that the first season was actually made by Toei Studios, which explains why the animation is as good as it is, and after that it became like the typical American-made cartoon quality. Like, they tried to copy the style apparently, but it's not as good as the first season, but I can forgive that, I think. We'll see when we get to season 2. Enter the Shredder. It's funny how they sleep in all their stuff except their headbands. There's a few close-up shots to make it easier, but in general, the animation for the first season at least is really well done. Did any of you people actually wanted to eat pizza like that as a kid?
I guess I can hold out until we get up to the street.
What was wrong with just, representing regular pizza? According to my mom, I actually didn't want to eat pizza until the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles actually started and they ate pizza. But I don't remember them actually advertising with spaghetti pizza, chocolate pizza, whipped cream pizza. It's gone. Should have gone back sooner. Hey, it's the outro scene picture. I always wanted a Technodrome toy as a kid, but sadly, I never got it. And by the time it was out for reduced price, Power Rangers was the next big thing, so then I would rather have Megazords and stuff than the Sewer and Technodrome sets. I wonder how these two actually met. Did the cartoon ever tell that? Is there a flashback episode to that? He tried to kill Yoshi with the mutagen? Okay, so Shredder purposely dumped the mutagen in the sewer to try and kill Yoshi. And instead it caused them to mutate, along with some turtles.
I fear my ancient enemy Orokusaki still lives, and I must join you in the search for this Technodrome.
This is what I kind of missed in the newer movies. Well, besides that, it bothered me that they were basically just freaking tanks, and their faces looked like Shrek, which was awful. I really disliked that there was absolutely no connection between the Turtles, Splinter, and Shredder. Nothing. Which really made the confrontation not as interesting, because there was no emotional involvement in that fight, unlike the first one. The original 1990 movie where Shredder. Oh, I had to go into the zoo. It's Bebop and Rocksteady time. But yeah, it's like Shredder Orokusaki killed Splinter's master, and now he comes back, and Splinter knows who he is, and because he knows who he is, Shredder like kidnaps him because he recognizes the fighting style, and so it becomes a personal battle. And the new movies really lacked that type of like, well, it really lacked good storytelling. I mean, come on. Drain them of all their blood, even if it kills them. Yeah, that's not an if. That's a side effect to draining all of their blood. A 100% side effect. But let's enjoy this instead of bitching about that movie.
Check this out.
This is pretty interesting though, because like with Power Rangers, and I feel like a lot of cartoons afterwards, it was always like you can only use your powers or skills for defense, never to attack. And now it's just like, where did the Shredder go? We'll find him ourselves. Let's chase after him. They actually try and hunt him down. That's pretty cool.
We don't volunteer for nothing. Just sit.
It's kind of interesting though. Why did he never make more? Well, I mean, they were pretty stupid, I guess, like Bebop and Rocksteady, as in their intelligence. But you should have just made more mutants. And that's how mutagen works. You turn into the animal you last touch. No freaking spiritual. What was it? What did they call it again? In like Out of the Shadows. Like their ancestor animal is what you turn into. Like what? And the turtles turn human. No, it's fine if they change things, but at least have it make sense. There we go again, bitching about. All right, let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy something from Ninja Turtles instead.
We had to disguise ourselves somehow.
Try to get serious
Excellent
for a moment.
disguise. Although I have to say though, so far this episode has been significantly less silly than the first one.
A rhino and a warthog are gonna lead us to the
Man.
Technodrome?
They were stolen by
I
a
hate
couple of
bunkers.
robots who dragged them underground.
Especially bald ones wearing green makeup and ugly masks over their faces. Now I know Casey Jones was in this cartoon because they recently released like a NECA toy of him, but I don't remember him having like a big part or like in this show or any part really. And I also can't remember if he was in the Archie comics. I assume he probably was, but you know, I love going to conventions, and I really, really wished I could have met. Now I feel bad. I can't think of his name. The actor that does the voice for Shredder and played Uncle Phil.
Come on, guys. Hey, right is when you hit bottom.
You won't get rid of us that easy.
Apparently they did.
We are in deep trouble.
Oh my god. It's like those Toy Story terrors. God. I love and instantly recognize this music. It's just a shame because I think nowadays you don't really have that so much anymore. Like in film or TV shows, The music is way more like a background thing, or not nearly as memorable as it used to be.
It's the same guys we fought last night.
You passed your test with flying colors.
Test? What test?
Your hairy little friend knows me as Oroku.
What's with all the hardware? Maybe it's for making coleslaw.
The Shredder. Because it was I who made you what you are today. If not for me, Hamato Yoshi would never have left Japan.
Oh, nice. They actually show it.
To this country, where I gained my advanced technology, including my rare experimental mutagen. It was I who caused you to mutate into your humanoid form. You owe everything to me.
I am your father. Ah, it's a shame. I was hoping for a bit more action between like the Turtles and Bebop and Rocksteady.
You know, that was almost too easy. I really wish you'd stop saying things like that.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
Oh, this is ridiculous. We're never gonna stop those guys.
I was hoping for a bit more of a fight, but I guess it's still a kid's cartoon, so.
What took you so long?
The Shredder wants to have a little talk with you.
You couldn't maybe put us back in that cage there, could you?
You done fucked up. Alright, that was the introduction to Bebop and Rocksteady. I guess I got the 2003 show a little bit more fresh in my mind, where it's like, where the action was a lot more serious, I think. So it's a bit like, okay, I guess I have to think back a little bit more to like, that it's aimed at younger kids. With like, you know, just locking them up instead of actually beating them up. But that was a fun episode. A lot less sillier as well, which I kind of liked, because the previous one was pretty silly. But it was a good episode. I was looking forward to a little bit more, I guess, like a confrontation with the Shredder himself. But it was cool to learn that apparently the Shredder made the Turtles. I do not remember that, not at all. So that's cool to know again. But yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be like a build-up, because it's a pretty short season, so I'm guessing I could basically see it sort of like as a film. Sort of, I'm guessing the final confrontation with the Shredder will just be like in the 5th episode. But that was pretty interesting. I'm not looking forward to season 2 though, since my friend told me that, you know, a different studio will be animating, and which probably also means like a cheaper studio will be animating the season 2 and onward episodes. But yeah, as long as they can stay a little bit too close to this quality, I'm fine with that. Because like when the Turtles spar at the beginning, like, they put effort into the animations, like the movements, you know, things like where they're actually moving when they're talking. It shows somebody taking pride in their work instead of, you know, wanting it to be like a cheap production just to sell toys, which most of the 80s and 90s cartoons actually were. And I also kind of like that it's actually a continuation of like the first episode, where it's not like every episode kind of feels like they forgot everything that happened in the previous one, but it's actually like, hey, this is the building that flooded, we can see where it was, the Technodrome has been here, but apparently it moved on. There's like an actual continuation, which is, I think, is pretty rare for cartoons from that time, but it's pretty fairly cool to see. So I'm actually looking forward to watching more. I think the next episode will be up by Friday, so thank you for watching. If you would like to see more, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Hooah!